Welcome to the Big Ass Cornhole Show with Sean and Dane, the host you know, talking cornhole life and random fun. Grab a beer, let's get it done. From tossing bags to let's wild ride, tune in and join the party, don't you hide. It's the Big Ass Cornhole podcast time with Sean and Dane. It's always prime.
All right, well, welcome back to yet another episode of the Big Ass Cornhole Podcast. Sean and Dane are with you as always. What's going on, man?
Not too much, man. Not too much. Another Monday.
Another Monday.
Monday, actually, with a lot of stuff that went down. So
yeah, dude, this is gonna be a busy episode. All right,
yeah.
so before we do that, Dane, do what you do best every single week. Let the folks know what we're sipping on tonight in a favorite segment called "What You Drinking."
What you drinking?
It's boring this week.
Yeah, it is boring. Just a general shout out to Southern Tier, though. You lubricated us before the game with some Citrofogs. And then, another shout out to Pittsburgh. Like, we just grabbed a can to go and just walked down to the stadium. Like, I didn't realize it was open container, or if it wasn't, then nobody gave a shit because everyone was just out there drinking. So, hats off to them. That was fucking dope. So, but yeah, Southern Tier always slaps, man. Nothing ever wrong with that.
It really does. All right, so we have tons of audio gold planned this week. We had the ACL Open in Richmond, Virginia just happened, so we're going to recap the results of that. There's some drama that's been going down with the TCL and maybe some possible suspensions.
What?
We're going to
drama in cornhole.
We're going to uncover it.
My God.
We have some news about the ACL teams that just came out, so we're going to discuss the article that was just released, and then we're going to be joined by one of our favorite guests. He's been on probably this is his fourth or fifth time now. Mr. TCL himself, Chad Jacobson, and he scroll down for me real fast.
Oh, certainly.
And she's new. I think she's handling a lot of like the marketing aspect. Her name is Laura Costilla.
Costilla.
Either
I like
one.
Costilla.
So they're going to join us at the end for an interview. So looking forward to that.
Hell
and
yeah!
I'm excited because we're going to touch on all the TCL stuff, get our input first, and then we're going to get to talk to Chad after. So it'll kind of be a little devil's advocate.
Yes, it will. It will.
But before we get into all that, we're going to let you know what's going on in our lives in a segment we call In and Around the Hole.
Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
In this episode and little segment and everything, brought to you by Draggin Bags, baby. Greatest bags in the world. They feel so nice in your hands. Well, so if you don't have them, you have to buy some in order to get your hands on them.
You do.
So you should probably do that by going over to Draggin Bags.
They're working for Sam Finley.
With a Z. Yes, they are. She's humming them right now. But dragginbags.com. That's with a Z. And check out all their sweet designs. Bag for every different type of thrower. I'm falling more and more partial to the Charlie realm. Power Dragons are still my babies, though. But, you're going to find a bag that you like there. Just trust us, man. We've been in this game for a while.
Every board condition.
Hell yeah.
Bag, fill. And the nice thing is, like, again, you can adjust. Like, if you want a fuller bag, you can get the heavy.
Yep.
If you want a floppy little noodle bag, little wet towel, then you get the light.
Exactly. Don't throw it outdoors. But hey, like we said, take our word for it. Trust us.
Do it.
All right? Go to Draggin Bags. Get yourself a set today.
And if you are looking to just look amazing, if you go to airwolfathletics.com, they're going to take care of you. I can't tell you how many hats I own from Airwolf, and pretty much everything I wear outside is pretty much Airwolf Athletics. Yeah, awesome athletic wear. It's a veteran-owned company, and it is a guy that truly is giving back to the community.
Hell yeah.
If you don't know Brandon, if you go to enough events around the cornhole community, you're going to run into him. Great guy. Go to airwolfathletics.com and grab your gear today.
Do it.
All right. So how was your weekend? It was great, man.
It was one of those that you blink, boom, it's over. Had a busy weekend. So, Thursday, sim again.
Yep.
Golfed okay. Wasn't anything we're, happy about, but wasn't horrible.
We're just grinding
either.
too much now. We're just making it too hard on ourselves, but we're playing fine. I mean, our short game is very good. Like, our putting's been great. If we
I
could
just feel
just
like
get
we're
off the
relying
tee
on it a
but
little
yeah.
too much.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, again, wasn't anything horrible. Then Friday,
Win's a win.
Went out to the Hooli, had some dinner and drinks with the fam. Saw New Barleycorn playing, always a pleasure. Played some cribbage. Loved to see your daughter playing cribbage.
She's been practicing hard.
I mean, she's already better than Amy.
Yeah, she's practicing very hard.
I mean, it's not
she's
saying
starting
much,
to get
but
it too.
still, she is.
And I don't know,
Hell yeah.
listeners of the show, if you're familiar with cribbage, it's a card game that if you've ever seen like people with like little pegging board, it's a game. It's very popular in like New England area, but we grew up playing it with against like our grandparents. It was that and euchre primarily were the two games, that and like poker and all that stuff. But cribbage was like the family game. Like, yeah, you really weren't like old enough to like sit there until you could really like play an adult game of cribbage. So my daughter, for the last 2 weeks at night, has been playing my wife and I, and really like wanting to take it seriously, but to the point where like she has a question about a hand, show me.
Yeah.
Like I want to know, what are you thinking first? I'll tell you what I would think, and then you make the decision from there, and we'll play off the hand, because she wants to beat my dad.
Yes.
She wants to beat Papa real bad. So she had this whole plan that she was gonna play Papa, and then she wimped out.
Yes.
And she wanted to do teams, but she picked my dad to be partners with against me and my wife. Waxed him.
Bad decision.
Big mistake.
Now you're in big trouble.
So I just had to flex and just remind my daughter that you pick your dad, okay? Because your dad's always going to be his dad.
Yeah.
So,
but then they waxed us at the table, but I only wanted to go halfway. I felt a little weird playing in the middle of an Irish pub, and
although like it's very common like other places.
Yeah, it was chill. It was not a big deal, but for me, like I also wanted to listen to the music, and I can't listen and focus on cribbage because cribbage got a lot going on.
It does.
So
a lot of counting.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, just love to see it. And then, dude, Notre Dame game, Saturday morning. You departed early. You texted me like literally as I was like pulling out of the driveway to head over to Dad's. I'm like, oh, nice. Sean got a good start. Like I'm on my way too, so we're all gonna get there.
I think timing wise, it worked about as well as it could have.
Yeah, I think we got there. Like we're probably at the bar for like a half hour before you guys showed up. Yeah. Like nothing too crazy. Yeah, we've hit up Southern Tier as we said. Little pregame, then walked over to game day. Just kind of stood outside and like
just to experience
drink it in.
Yeah, it's cool.
It was very cool. Setup was very awesome, dude. Walking into, I mean, I can't call it Acrisure Stadium because it sounds terrible.
Just
Heinz Stadium, dude. It just you forget how fucking big it is,
dude. It's a big
stadium compared to the Brown Stadium, and like I mean,
and you had been there before, right? For soccer,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
That's
I've
right.
seen soccer matches there. Yeah, I mean, packed to the gills, man. It was impressive to see. It was cool though. Like Notre Dame versus Pitt.
We had amazing seats.
We did. They were awesome right behind the end zone. Just got to see the action right down the field.
Right next to the Notre Dame like family and friends section. So like we were like among friends.
We could we're picking out some of the moms, they were there cheering their babies on.
But it was fun.
But awesome. Great
Could
experience.
we have had better weather?
Dude, they're calling for rain the entire week up to that moment. We did not see a speck of rain this weekend, which was phenomenal because I was able to get yard work done on Sunday.
Minimal breeze, like cloudy day. Yeah. It was just like perfect football weather. Like just sit there in the stands to watch it. It was very enjoyable. I enjoyed several beers.
Hell yeah.
To the point where me and my kids ended up. So I took my kids early, dropped them off at their grandparents, so my wife could just kind of have a day to herself. I decided that it probably wouldn't be in all of our best interest for me to drive home after the game, so we just stayed at my in-laws for the night, and then we just drove home on Sunday. Yeah,
smart decision.
It was.
I would have done the exact same thing because I mean, you were going back, and there was just college football on, so you could just hang out.
And I knew I had to come back on Sunday, like at a reasonable time, because on Sunday we were invited by Mr. Cito Soto to be guest judges for a chili cook-off. I've never been a guest judge at a chili cook-off before. Yeah. I gotta say, I had a lot of fun.
It was awesome. Like judging other people's food, especially when it's all delicious.
And I'm not like a chili expert by any means.
Yeah,
but I like to think that if you've seen the show, if you've seen the episode, I mean, like I know food.
We know food. All right.
So like it was right up. But yeah, it was very fun. The one guy, I blank on his name, I apologize, but he was very serious about it.
Josh.
I don't even want to try to butcher it, but yeah, it was
John Fogarty.
Yes, correct.
Yes. John.
He was taking it very seriously. but he helped me a lot on how to organize my thoughts in the beginning, because it is daunting when you have 8 different chilies to think about and you have to score them all. And you're like, well, how do I fairly score 1 versus 8? Like, are my scores going to vary? Like, is one going to get a true shake, or am I going to give it very mediocre scores across the board? So I started using like this tally system so that when I came down to actually put numbers, I couldn't give, like, if you were my number 1, like in taste.
Yeah.
I had to give you like a 5 or a 4, and everything else had to be lower than that. So like I kind of just followed that system going through. But I was excited that number 4, who I think I was the first one to try, but I didn't say anything, was unanimous among you guys at being as the favorite.
Yes.
I thought it was by far the best consistency, taste, smell, everything. I thought the guy nailed it.
Now, honestly, I've seen that board before.
Yeah.
That we were scoring on.
Okay.
I watch a lot of guys' grocery games.
Okay.
So basically the same scoring that they have on that, except they go up to 20 points in each category. This was only to 5.
Okay.
I think I was much friendlier on my score sheet than a lot of other people, because I did the quick math and there was 8 judges.
Yes.
Some of those only scored in like the low 90s. My lowest score was a 16.
Okay. My lowest score was an 8, but then everything above that was, I think, 16 and higher.
See, my thing is they were all good chilies, so I rated them as
my
such.
top 3 were all like, we all had
my
decent
number
scores.
1 was like a 20. I think that was like a 22.
Yeah, same exact for me. Yeah,
And
same with me.
then everything else was right around like the
18.
I
or
had
19.
one other 20.
Okay.
The one that took 3rd.
I will
was the
say,
one that
so
I had.
Cito came in 2nd place.
Yeah.
He had a white chicken chili. It tasted phenomenal. I will give him all the credit in the world. It was a phenomenal chowder, though. Like, I don't consider that a chili. You can throw it in a chili cook-off and call it chili, but that's where he got killed. Because taste and smell and everything else was great. It just wasn't a chili.
Yeah, I mean, again, it is white. It's hard to call white chili chili.
Yeah, it's
Because
not.
to me, like, chowder.
Yeah,
it
correct.
is a chowder. Like, I don't know. Like, does chowder have to have
If
like a
somebody
seafood
brought
base?
chili to a chowder cook-off, the people would be up in arms.
Yes.
Right?
But I also don't know what the ruling is on like a chowder. Like,
Do you
does
have
it
to have corn
a
or something like that?
Does
Or-
it have to have some kind of a base?
I don't know.
There's my tutty. Let's go, Shawnee. Give me a high 5. That's for my parlay.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Pickens just scored for me, and I had that
So
one
it's not good for your
on the old
fantasy team,
parlay.
though.
Oh, I don't give a shit. I already lost.
As long as it's not to lamb. I just can't. Just no more to lamb tonight, and we're all good.
Hell yeah. But anyways, so yeah, I mean, again, I don't know the rules when it comes to like what a chowder is necessarily. So maybe it is, more of a stew or something, or like I don't like, what do you consider like a chicken pot pie soup or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. It could
Like a
just be a
stew.
soup.
Yeah. Or yeah. I thought that so we were tasked to be there, obviously to judge, but also to put some sort of like content together.
Yeah.
So we were kind of like, we were thinking about live streaming it, but then like the closer it got, I kept thinking, I'm like, who wants to just watch us sit there and
We're just
eat?
going to eat. Yeah.
It's dumb. You actually pitched the idea of doing like this confessional idea of like
Yeah,
Survivor.
Like Survivor. You just
I
go
loved
in
it.
and
It was perfect.
talk
So
about each
no
one.
one knew what anyone else was saying about each one, except for me. I was filming it, but I just made sure I filmed my own. So I was trying to stay opposite of whatever everyone else was doing.
Yeah.
So because I saw you guys were starting at 1, but then I saw the numbers were kind of jumbled up, so I started in the middle. So I just started like at 4. Let's just go from there. But yeah,
I went in sequential order just because I knew like how to, like, that was the only
I
way I
didn't
was
want
gonna
my
keep
response to be
card
jaded
organized.
by anybody else.
Yeah.
So I was trying to minimize like the amount of time that like I was doing a review right after somebody, because I didn't want like their words of mine to be.
Yeah, and the funny thing, it was like the guy that won it, like nobody really knew him. He just like,
Nobody was,
heard
like,
there was
new.
a chili cook-off, and he's like, "Fuck yeah, I make bomb chili," and he does. Dude.
He
That's
does.
just-
Well
it's
done,
so
brother. I'm
fucking
happy
good.
he showed up, though. I honestly am.
Now,
Because-
my one disappointment across the board on the chilies.
Okay.
Your boy likes hot. Like I like spicy a little more, especially like with the chili. I was wishing some of them were a little bit more spicy.
I think a lot of them intentionally did not do that.
I know you got to play to the crowd, but like at the same time, I don't want to have to add my own hot
I like the
sauce.
idea. So we pitched the idea. If we're invited to be judges again next year, they were asking, what can we do to make it better? I think that each person that made the chili should present the chili, tell us a little something about it.
Yes.
And prepare it how you think we should be eating with. Like, if you make a bomb ass jalapeno cornbread as a side and you think it has to be with this, I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
I wanna taste it all together.
If you're saying you have to have mine with a dollop of sour cream, little cheese,
right.
you tell me what I need to do. I want that masterful bite.
Yes.
And I think that's the more fair way to judge it, right?
100%.
So.
Yeah. And sell us on it, baby. Like I want to hear it. Like why not?
Yeah, sales
Once again,
is a big part of it.
I watch a lot of guys' grocery games. All right, the sell pretty much wins it for me every time.
For sure, I get it. Just make something up. Like it doesn't matter at that point. So yeah. All right, so we got to touch on it. Browns.
Shadur finally gets his feet wet.
So I had said, I think I even said on the show early in the season, my prediction was that he was not going to play, that they were going to bench him, and that they were hoping that he'd be the future.
Yeah.
And then approaching this draft, you can kind of surround him with either protection and or talent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the season is not going well. Gabriel gets hurt. Sanders gets his first knock. Now
Why? So my first question:
Okay.
Why did we not go Zappy? If Shadur's not ready.
I
Is
don't know.
anyone else taking first team reps at practice besides
I
Gabriel?
think again, this is all Cleveland media, Twitter bullshit, right? But apparently there's a lot of other coaches in the room that think that Sanders should either be starting and or the backup to like not over like the other two. So I think that maybe there was some pressure to maybe make him the number 2 guy. I'm not saying that he was good. All right, he was not good. I'm not saying he was off. I'm not judging his like lifelong performance based off of that, like coming in without any first team reps, like in the middle of the game. Like,
no, but he did the things that we all knew he was susceptible of in college.
and that he's a gunslinger. He can be accurate. Unfortunately, we don't have wide receivers that are like going to help you much.
Yeah.
Like he was throwing the ball to certain spots where only the receiver could go to get the ball, that if a professional receiver needs to go down and get those fucking balls. And so you got to help out a young receiver at some, or young quarterback at some point. Things I didn't like. This is not college anymore. You can't suddenly, as soon as you feel pressure, you can't just roll out right or roll out left anymore. You have to learn to step up. Now, if that's what Stefanski's seeing, and that's why he has been playing, I fully understand it.
Yeah, I mean,
is that
holding on to the
coachable?
ball
I don't
too
know.
long and taking big sacks. I mean, he
think
did it
it's
in his career.
The fun, for whatever reason, it is the fun thing for the entire league to like for the Browns to be the fucking punching bag of everyone. And I get it. Like we haven't had a quarterback. I'm watching the fucking Raiders right now. When the fuck have the Raiders done anything?
Yeah.
Like they've been a laughing stock. You know what I mean? So like it's very easy for everyone. Like the fucking Jets are a goddamn joke, right? Like year after year, they're fucking.
They might
Jets
be
are
more
a joke.
Dysfunctional than the Browns right now as
Like,
an organization.
Since Eli Manning's been gone, when have the fucking Giants been relevant in anything? So like it's just very easy to pick on the Browns. I think Sanders is going to get dumped on this week because he blew the lead, didn't look great. But like if he does get an opportunity to start, it's only fair to give him like a fair assessment of his skills. Now, if he's not there, I'm all in. We had 0 draft capital invested in him. He was a 6th round pick.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's fine. You fucking cut him if he's not going to cut it. You cut him, and then we draft again.
Or
and
is he a career backup? Guess what? You
just
got
another
your
quarterback
backup
starting Cleveland. Guess what? Yes, that's what you fucking do because you don't win a Super Bowl, which is a goal for every team until you have a good quarterback. We have, unfortunately. Yes, did we let one slip away? We should still keep Baker Mayfield. And I hate when like fans of other teams come at Browns fans and be like, "But you guys let Baker walk." I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Am I making the
fucking
motherfucking decisions? Did I like, "Hey Baker, we're gonna trade you for Deshaun Watson" after we already know allegate? No, like we didn't do that. So like it's not our fault. Like our organization, some of the decisions at the ownership level is fucking dog shit. Fortunately for us, we're still somewhat relevant because our defense is crazy good because we've drafted really well. So that's the only thing that gives me hope.
Yeah.
We got to find a quarterback.
I mean, our talent assessment on defense is phenomenal. It's like the equivalent of the Guardians and their pitching assessment.
Myles Garrett is going to break the single season sack record for a team that's probably going to get like 3 wins max.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But I want to see how Sanders, I hope he gets an opportunity to start 1 or 2 games this season. I want to see how he looks in a full game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's just see the...
And the Ravens,
full,
I know their defense hasn't been great this year, but scheme-wise, the Ravens are not a great, like, first game to just jump in. Kyle Hamilton was just, they were just bringing the house on Sanders.
Yeah.
And that's what you do against young quarterbacks.
Well, for sure, and it's also, like, he hasn't had any reps with the first team. You can't build any rapport, know the timing of shit. So, like, you're basically going in there blind, knowing routes, but with guys that are running it a little bit faster than you're used to, like...
I just
You
got to
gotta get
hear
used to the
like as
speed.
soon as I got into work this morning, like the first two guys are like for whatever reason Steelers fans, even though they live in fucking like Cleveland, like you know what I mean? It's because their great grandfather once visited the city or whatever bullshit reason they come up with. But you know, just like bringing up Sanders, I'm like, what? Everyone else sucks too. There's other teams that are garbage. Like,
how was Kenny Pickett?
Yeah, like
fuck off. Right? Guess what? You took him way earlier than we took Sanders.
But anyways, so I want to see. Hopefully he gets a chance to start. So we'll see.
Tiny hands Pickett. Yeah, we'll see.
All right, so some news came out from this week.
Yes.
So the ACL had kind of soft launched this idea, kind of opening it up and letting people know that, hey, we're open for interest in ACL teams. You know, here's how much money it's going to cost. And then, you know, when they kind of were revealing it, it's like, yes, you own the team in quotes, but like it's more of like it's almost like a fantasy cornhole owner in the start. But you know, it's the beginning foundation of a professional league. You don't always have the opportunity to get into somewhere at in quotes like that cheap, right? Yeah. So it was announced that they have 8 new team owners. 3 of them are ACL bag manufacturers, which I thought was interesting. I think probably the ACL was hoping for maybe to.
A couple more than that.
I'd be interested to know if they were hoping that most of the ACL bag manufacturers were going to hop on board, or if they thought it was a good thing for like, no, don't we want outside money to start facilitating in.
Well, that's part of the issue with the whole cornhole economy is that all the money is like circulated amongst itself.
I think there are some things that are unanswered especially after this article was written. So my thing is, all right, there's 8 teams that are owned right now. There were 16 teams though.
Yeah.
So are we going forward the season with just 8? And if you you hope you get picked.
Yeah. If you don't get picked, then you know.
So it had no mention of that at all. There's going to be a free agency period, then a cap. What's the cap on player limit prior to the draft? What kind of money do we expect players to be offered?
What's the draft going to look like?
That's what I'm saying. And, well, first of all, we have to know like what's this free agency period. Like, can you just go and get 6 free agents? And then like this draft, there's going to be 3 fucking people, or is it every team's going to start with 2 guys? There's a cap, right? You can go sign before the draft 2 players, and then you have to draft at least 4.
Yeah.
Right. You have to have a roster of at least 6. You can have up to 8, but draft wise, and then the free agency period will open up after that. I don't know. I don't know what team owners now. If you're a bag manufacturer, it seems pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
A guy like Brent Lowry, he's now the California Slingers owner. It would seem pretty like prudent to me, like he would probably just want to sign Fabunar and Forbes, right? Like he throws Brotherhood bags, they throw Brotherhood bags. He would probably want to start with those guys on his team. I would imagine. Build your foundation around those 2 guys and then go into the draft feeling like, all right, I got my A team. Mm-hmm. I don't know like what you promised them. Like, do you like, hey, you guys are each going to get a percentage of the winning pot that this team brings in? Because I'm not positive on this, but I think they were favoring going towards a different format. Like they're going towards like a bracket style format instead of like this straight up like just you play a single versus a single, and then there's a doubles, and then there's all
Yeah,
like
it sounds like another bracket tournament inside of.
And your team is gonna get points based on how you do in that bracket.
Yeah.
It's like fantasy cornhole. Like that's basically what it is. You're basically drafting players and you get points based on where they finish.
For sure.
So, and then the payouts are going to be based off of like how that team does, blah, blah, blah. So,
I mean, it's, I don't know. Like you said, those questions that we brought to light, we need all of those answered before any sort of like free agency period can happen. Because we don't even know, like, again, only 8 teams. Like, what does that landscape look like? How big are the, like, I don't know. Like, it's, once again, it's just another change to teams that I just feel like will just fall flat.
Well, and then they're talking about like celebrity exemptions.
Yeah.
Like, if you're talking about celebrity exemptions, like, first of all, my question would be like, so like a guy like Shamar Moore, right? Very polarizing figure, has been involved in cornhole. Like, why would you make an exemption? Like, if he didn't think it was a worthwhile venture to invest his own money in, or all these NFL guys that are coming in, that are getting involved. Like, if they don't think it's a worthwhile venture to go after, like, that's, to me, like, that's where the alarm bells are.
Why are you taking the money from the middleman, like the middle class man? You're taking, like, of course, take it from the guys that can afford it.
Like, of course, Brett and you and Rich and in Chauncey, like, of course they want like the teams to do well. Like, it means that ACL League is doing well.
Yeah.
It means that more bag sales could be potentially made.
Mhm.
But these outside, and like, I just don't see necessarily how the revenue to making money, but I hope it's successful. I want the league to continue, but I want to know what happens to these other teams. Now, are the other 8 teams, are they just going to be owned by the ACL? Like, and just continue how they had been, and just knowing that, like, hey, next season we're gonna have this open period that if you want a team that we put together, like, you could buy this team and you can start with 2 of those guys.
Yours too.
You know what I mean? Like,
or do they just keep the franchises on the back burner?
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Once people want to buy them.
That's kind of what I think.
I think so.
I mean, that's seems like you start it with just 8.
Well, because aren't they pretty much just playing for the money that the teams are buying in with?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like,
that's the prize pool, basically.
yeah. They're not going to throw their own money in for another 8 teams. So,
I mean, you never know. That's what I'm interested in seeing. But again, this is very typical ACL. Like, this article drops right before an open. It kind of gets glossed over, so it doesn't quite get a lot of the hype and questions it does. But like, yes. All right, sweet. The 8 new team members. Do you want to? Actually, I'll find the article. Do you want to pull up the article? It's on our Facebook page.
okay.
I posted it. Just we could go over the 8 team.
I thought you had a picture of the.
I have of the quote I wanted to do, but I just, yes, you name the 8 new owners, but it leaves with so many questions unanswered, and the season's fucking approaching here quickly.
Yeah.
Like, when is the draft? Like, you didn't even have, like, we don't have the free agency period ironed out. It's almost like, hey, all right, we need to make sure, like, make it seem like this is a real thing. So, like, go ahead and these are the 8 owners, just like, it'll make people happy. No, it's just like, it just leaves more questions unanswered. Like, it's just, how unorganized is this shit?
Yeah, exactly. Like, so.
All right, so.
There's the article.
All right, so these are the owners. Arizona Burn, we have Richard Balchalter. California Slingers, we have Brent Lowry.
I think it's Buckhalter, by the way.
Buckhalter, whatever. Chicagoland Spinners, we have Kyle Singles. The Florida Freeze is Chauncey Swindleman, who's Swag Bags, and George Lee Sr. Missouri Maze is Andrew McLeod and Trevor Hill. Texas Bully Bags is owned by a whole bunch of people. I'm not even going to start with that. Vegas High Rollers is Rich Chamness. Virginia Cutters is Joseph Perez. There was a quote by a gentleman. Do you want to pull up that picture for me? He's one of the beginning owners of the Texas Bully Baggers, who was kind of with this whole group of individuals. It's under pictures.
Yeah, I don't have it. He didn't send me that one.
Okay, I'll pull it up.
Sorry.
Pause momentarily. All right, here we go. My goodness. So his name was Ben Callahan, and basically he came across this at a Super Bowl industry event. All right, so he saw some of the athletes doing it, and he's like, "Hey, it's something I want to get invited to, or kind of get involved with." Ran back to his investment group, who was already involved with. He's like, "Guys, I think this is something we want to get involved with." Right. So he was quoted. He said, "We also think the content is incredible." He said, "Whether it's celebrities or any walk of life, any age or any athletic ability, you could throw a bag and do it with one of the pros. How many sports can you actually do what the pros are doing without having the training and high athletic ability?" Like, I mean, can you just call us like fat, lazy pieces of shit more so? Like, and I'm sure that's not what he meant, but like, definitely as like a cornhole person, he's definitely calling us a loser.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Like, where else in the world?
That's what he's going for.
Yeah, and where else in the world can you have zero athletic ability and train nothing but just get off the couch and go win a world champion? What a slap to the face that is to like Mark Richards and Jamie Graham and like all these pros. Like,
exactly.
Go fuck yourself. Like, you think, oh, it's cute because some of the football guys go. Guess who's not in fucking investing? Those same fucking football guys who've been involved.
True. Very
so
true.
Laugh your way up. Like, that you'll find very quickly that without the support of like the fans and like the average people that are getting off and who have zero athletic ability, like, I know that's probably not how it meant, but like definitely coming across it, I'm like, well, fuck you, man. Like, you're an outsider coming into our community. Don't be making like,
it is an everyman sport to a point.
Yeah.
But then to get to that next level, man, I mean, it's not as easy as just getting off your couch and going.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
and yes, anyone could get up and just go play in the backyard, but to go win a regional to win a local blind draw, you're not just getting off your couch and going to do
you're
it.
practicing at least like 3 times a week if you're winning.
Minimum.
Shit, yeah, easily.
Minimum. So
easily.
All right. So this past weekend we had the ACL Open in Virginia.
Yes, we did.
It was it's pretty interesting. It got off to an interesting start because if you remember back to a few weeks ago, we had Matt Guy and the Cornhole Luchador.
Yes.
They had talked about doing a match. Well, apparently this match happened.
It happened.
Tens of people were there. And there was just we're gonna post the video version. I'll post it up on social media just so you guys can kind of get a taste out. I'm gonna post it on Patreon, but there's a point in the video, and I don't know why I think it's so funny. You just see Frank Modlin just go in the background when they're clearly they're whatever they were doing just ended, and they're trying to get pictures. And you see Frank Modlin just get in his bags, and it's like, oh, open boards, and just kind of walks through everyone and just starts throwing boards, and they're trying to take pictures. It's just very funny to me. So, just not
care in the world.
I had no idea Frank was still playing, so I'm glad to see him out there still.
Hell yeah,
I had no idea. So, all right, so this past weekend in doubles, we had Logan Chamberlain and Gavin Cano take down Sammy Soto and Gabriel Clausen. To me, this is like Chamberlain and Soto can just take a deep breath now.
Yes.
We already knew you were really good.
Yep.
But if we go to
both still really good.
If we get to signature 2 and they still hadn't won, then the conversations start to creep in. Did they make the right decision?
Yeah.
Logan was a top 4 player with Justin all the time.
Here you go.
But now they have an open win.
Yeah.
They've shown that they can do it. And this was a stacked group of individuals at this open. So hats off to them. I think they can just take a deep breath. Now the expectations are there, but they can show that they can live up to those expectations.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of stacked field, I mean, you had Tommy Silker and Sliker. Yeah. Berkeley Pear. And Jamie Graham and Trzynski all taken third.
How about Berkeley Pear? Talk about coming off the couch.
Right.
Just
dude's still nasty.
It's still one of my favorite dudes of all time I've ever seen throw in person.
Yeah.
Tommy No Love Sliker, man. He had himself a nice little weekend. And he is one of those names that he's not winning a lot, but he's just always relevant.
Yeah.
No matter what tournament he's in, whether it's at regionals in Rock Hill or these opens. I mean, he's a name to he's very interesting. I think he's marketing himself. Apparently,
he's killing the AI game, man.
Dude, he's got a new song coming out, I guess, about Left Mind Zuka in Richmond or something like that. I can't wait to hear it. So we got to get him on the show soon. So he was way too good of a guest. So
yeah.
Second in the bracket, we had Sims and Harbaugh, Stewart and Harrison, Jackson Gore and Zach Aiken, and then the Hunt duo, Bobby Hunt and Chad Hunt. Sims and Harbaugh. That's big for them.
Yes.
I needed to see that before the first signature to buy into that. You guys are going to be good.
They're going to be good.
We've seen it before with Devin Harbaugh that if he doesn't have the perfect, he doesn't have to have a great double season. But Sims has always been a very steady presence. I think it's going to work out well. I don't know if I'm completely sold on the fact that I think that they're going to win a national
I don't know if we could say that it's going to be we discussed this when we talked about them coming up. To me, they're that team that could just be second in their bracket the whole season.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Consistency is
have a very solid season, end up at 6th or 7th best team. Yeah. All right, so third in the bracket, we had Tanner Halbert and Ty Thompson,
Landis and
Gage
Hodet.
Landis and Colin Hodet. We had Kipple and DeBrasio, Holland and Rawls. I like seeing Halbert and Ty Thompson go. Again, this was does it make sense as the pairing? We kind of broke it down earlier this year that we do think it kind of makes sense when Tanner's playing with somebody with a little more energy on the other side. Ty's really good. We saw last year he has enough talent to take it down a tournament. Can he just stay consistent enough in a field like this in doubles? It's good. It's a good first showing for them. So it's very nice. In fourth, we had Jacob Gore and Vasquez, Smith and Richards, Tibbs and Morrow, and Grzinski and Salisbury. I know a lot of people are I've been hearing a lot of people freaking out about Tony Smith. They still took fourth in their bracket.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good doubles teams that they go to opens and they don't take fourth in their bracket. I think everyone's freaking out. Tony Smith was in the background when we interviewed Mark a few weeks ago, and he said that early on in the season, this is the signatures, the opens don't matter right now.
Yeah.
So this is the time to try stuff.
Yeah, trying stuff out, working on little things here and there, and this is when you go for those shots that maybe you normally don't, or try a different strategy in a game that you normally don't.
I don't know if you saw him throw it all. He does have a little
hitch.
Yeah, and I don't. I don't know if he's like trying different stuff and that's where the hitch is coming from. I want to see him at the next one. If the hitch is gone at the next one, then it's no problem.
I think he'll be just fine.
I think so
He's
too.
overcome
And
stuff every year.
had
so.
we not had heard from Tony himself in the background and after we had logged off, stopped recording, that he was just messing around trying stuff, I would be probably a little bit more concerned. But hearing it from himself that he's like, Signature Series isn't coming up, like it's the time to work on stuff is now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm good.
Let it ride.
And you're trying shit and still taking fourth.
It's still taking fourth. Yep. I wouldn't sweat it.
No, for sure.
They're still my odds on favorite to be the best team in doubles. So,
All right, so if we move over to singles, Jacob Trzynski had himself a weekend. He wins over Ryan Windsor.
man, Ryan Windsor.
Ryan Windsor, what a name, man. Jamie Graham and Gabriel Clausen tied for third overall.
But huge win for JT. Love seeing Trzynski back up there.
I want to know,
he's a killer, man.
are Graham and Trzynski, are they throwing the same series of bags in doubles and singles?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Because if they are, because it just looked like Trzynski's bags moved a little faster, and it could just be, I could just be dumb. But it just, I'd be very interested to know if they did have different, if they're throwing a different series of bags.
Because to me, like, nothing scarier than like Graham with a fast bag.
And Graham's bags were like slower.
Yeah.
And those were the bags that they were throwing in doubles. And Trzynski just was not the same dude. And maybe they're just a little tackier, or maybe they're a different series. I just wasn't sure, so I was throwing that out there.
Something to watch, though.
Second in the bracket, Cash Chamness continues his impressive season. Sammy Soto, Landon Crabtree against Staying Relevant, which I love to see in singles. I saw some of his matches. He's looking very, very solid. And Gavin Cano. Third in the bracket, we had Jacob Gore, Derek Holland, Ethan Farias, and Logan Chamberlain. And fourth in the bracket, we have Tony Forbes, Gage Landis, Alex Rawls, and TJ Bowie.
Man, it's quite the list, man.
It is. I mean, this is one of those opens, you look at it and you're like, shit, like this, if I took like the champions in the second and third in bracket and really broke it down, like, oh, yeah, I could see these guys like kind of falling in those spots. A lot of them.
It's hard to say that you can't look at these like finishes though and not be like, man, Texas really is dominating shit right now.
What do you mean?
I mean, the state of Texas is just,
Oh, they're all over it.
They're all over it, man.
Oh, yeah.
it's
Oh, okay.
disgusting.
Okay.
They're so.
You're
like-
saying they are.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
anyone that
gotcha.
thinks
I
that
gotcha.
Texas is not the best state in cornhole right now, I'm sorry, you guys are wrong, because they are just fucking running shit, and there's so many of them. God damn it,
Yeah,
they're gonna sprout up another 2 or 3 this year out of nowhere, and then they'll just join the ranks too. I mean, it's incredible.
I mean, Florida's had their times where they've had great finishes across the board. I'd say Carolina.
Don't get me
has
wrong,
also
there's
had-
still other great states at cornhole.
But
I'm just
consistency,
saying,
I'm
right
with
now,
you,
man,
brother. Yeah.
Texas, like, yeah, they're looking very impressive.
All right, so women's, we alluded to it earlier. In singles, Sam Finley defeats Caitlin Allshouse. We have Peyton Haynes and then Elizabeth Tennyson following up third and fourth, respectively.
Hell yeah.
And in doubles, Allshouse and Schaff are
Dude, team to watch this year, man.
they're probably the team to beat this
I mean,
year.
we know. I mean, Allshouse, obviously, world champion, disgustingly good.
Yes.
But dude, Riley Schaff, every year since we have started
Got
this
better.
podcast, has gotten better and better and better.
Yep.
So it's awesome to see.
Yeah, and she's just getting more comfortable on broadcast courts, and she's been around, I want to say, at least 4 years, right?
Dude, more
at
than
least.
I'm telling
I
you,
remember
6.
seeing her dad bringing her to like an open event when she was much younger.
Yeah.
Like we're talking, yeah, this had to be 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, so she's been around the game, grinding for a very long time, and it's turned into a very, very
The
formidable
first
force.
time I met her was the second time we went to Worlds.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, so very impressive. Belvin and Tennyson take second place. Unfortunately, Sam Finley and Ramirez weren't able to play because Gina's flight
her flight got canceled.
Yeah, so
That
she weren't able
sucks.
out. So I would like to see how they perform together. So, and then juniors, Gabriel Clausen wins over Zach Aiken. I mean, Gabriel Clausen just seems like that's just kind of his division
realm.
now. He's kind of just known as the best junior, if not one of the better players in the country right now. So,
He's phenomenal.
all right,
Is it dramatic reading time?
reading time.
In a world where bean bags have brought men to their knees, social media serves as sanctuary for keyboard warriors. Time for the dramatic readings.
Addicted to cornhole. Just got these Flare Away Synergy Edge cornhole bags delivered. I haven't tried them yet. Have any of you used these bags? Any thoughts from your use of them would be appreciated.
So this gentleman's very nice dude.
Yes.
Came to Addicted to Cornhole. He's excited, right? Gets his new bags. Like, hey, anyone like thinking? And little did he know that this is like one of the most made fun of bags that is still relevant in the cornhole world today. It's one of our lowest rated bags of all time. I think I was one of the first ones to comment on there, and I just dropped a link to our episode. I'm like, hey, just check this out. Now, I ended up messaging him later because he ended up getting like 100 comments on this thing, and people and I loved it. Like, just bash it. And I ended up adding another comment like Design USA. Fuck ACA. Like, great. Anyways, so I ended up reaching out to him. I'm going to send him a set of bags. I'm like, listen, and he's like, you don't have to do. He's like, why? I'm like, because we've been fortunate enough to have companies send us a shit ton of bags over the years, and I have more bags to know what to do with. And you seem like a nice guy, and I don't want you throwing shit, so I'm going to throw. And I told him, like, test those versus what I'm going to send you.
Yeah.
And tell me what, and you'll see the difference, and like you'll learn something from there, and you'll enjoy the game better if you have better bags. So. I do remember, though, unfortunately, when we played, I think I won with those bags against you.
You know what it was, though? It was the wind.
What were you throwing? Was that
I was throwing
the Patriot Outdoor bags?
Patriot Outdoor cornhole bags. So.
We need to bust those out for a tournament one time.
Can't.
Why?
One of them broke.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
Damn
RIP.
it, man. I don't even know if I'd be able to find that guy. That was the most random connection. It was an ad on Twitter.
Shit, man, he still might be around doing Patriot Outdoor games. You don't know.
Yeah, it was.
He was way more than just cornhole. I mean, he had all kinds of shit
literally,
on
it
his
was
website.
a bright yellow ad on Twitter, and I saw him like, oh, cornhole stuff. Like, and I reached out, told him about a podcast, and he was. I think he was the first guy to ever send us bags.
It was one of,
No, because I think was Blackjack the first ones we ever got. I think they were. I think Blackjack was the first guy to ever send. I think Troy was the first one ever send us bags, and then we got the Patriot, and then we just started. Then the bag reviews started rolling for the next 4 years.
Hell yeah!
So
hell yeah!
So yeah, fuck those bags.
Yeah, exactly.
Next. This one cuts deep. To the core. Maddie Young Wolf King. So this post came up, and Draggin Bags wasn't mentioned once out of 164 comments. I love to hear anyone's opinion as to why this is. I made this brand in 2018. I've had some of the greatest players in the game throw and win. Draggin Bags have been on ESPN live broadcast every season. We've had World Championship win in 2024 at Worlds, aired on national TV. Would love some public insight as to why Draggin Bags is still being slept on. So if you're new to the show and you're not familiar who Maddie King is known in the cornhole community as the bagsmith. He's OG bag maker. He was the first to the scene on the material that is used on probably 90% of the bags. He was the original cheater bag maker, right?
Yes.
So he's been around the game for a very long time. We've interviewed Maddie when he was the sole owner of Draggin Bags a long time ago. He's no longer the owner of Draggin Bags. Daniel Lambert is owner of Draggin Bags.
Yes.
But he still bleeds this brand, right?
Oh yeah.
I think, to me, Draggin Bags is not underrated at all. Like, I think that they're like they're right where they should be. Like, you don't need to be mentioned in these posts. Like, you just don't. Like, BG's gonna get mentioned just because like they have crazy like weird fanboys and stuff. But like a lot of those are like smaller bag companies that are just like getting mentioned just because they want to get their boys out there. But Draggin Bags is doing just fine.
When I read the question that was posted, which is, what do you think is the most underrated bag company outside of the top 5? Like, to me, like,
they're probably in the top 5.
I think they're in the top 5.
I think they've been around.
They're in
for
my
so
top
long.
5.
Yeah, I think that they're right. I mean, again, think of best, and again, this is not the end all say all, but like we do best of the bags every year. It's a huge, big voting competition. Draggin Bags was a top seed for a reason last year. Now, they have not always been a top seed.
Yeah.
But they've grown to the point where either other companies have fallen off or their success has been climbing up. But they were a top seed last year in a huge bag tournament. That does mean something to me. Like that, and they won. They went very deep into the bracket. they've done well in those tournaments every year. I just don't think you see them like nationally spread out as much as possible. But most bags are very regional.
They are. They
So-
definitely are.
Just because they're not like loud and proud, and so I think Draggin Bags is very well respected in the cornhole community, and that's ultimately where you want to be.
Yeah, 100%.
So
100%.
love you, Maddie.
Love you, Maddie.
Go buy Draggin Bags to make it feel better.
Just did.
Whew. All right.
Is it time we get
This
into it?
is the second one. Can you go the first?
No, this isn't this the.
No, this is the first one.
You want just Chad's response?
This is the whole thing is Chad's response.
My God.
Go
My
ahead.
God.
You want to do it?
It's too late.
All right. So this is in relation to the owner of Big D Bags.
Yes.
All right. John Schnitzelpopper-Naderski.
You're off a little bit on that, but pretty close.
He had made a comment on Chase Lester's post and Chase Lester was kind of complaining about how top level players had to play with a certain like A-level player in TCL stuff. Like, just kind of like just complaining about it. In the comment section, John wrote pretty like, don't play TCL. It's that simple.
Yeah.
That's all he said.
Mm-hmm.
John was suspended indefinitely from TCL, took to social media requesting Chad and Jason ask why. This is Chad's response.
Okay.
No need to wait to John this morning. We decided based on your post telling players to stop playing TCL that it's best we move on from having you at our events. We have always welcomed you until the recent post this fall. Your actions are not in line with our growth for TCL. We wish you the best of luck. And this is John's response back. I'll take it. Jason was complaining about TCL's rules, and I've seen Jason say the same thing. If you don't like the rules in TCL, don't play. Banning me from your league without any notice and for something you've done is weak and petty. But it's your choice, and I can respect your position of authority over TCL. This is Chad's response back. You can say what you want about being petty. You took to social media instead of reaching out privately to talk about, knowing exactly what you said and why you would be suspended. We have a choice who plays in the league, and since we have taken a harder stance against players, the league is thriving and doing better. The first time ever in Bryan for our signature series with number of players and rave reviews of the event. You have always been a good guy, and personally, I like you. But I'm not going to have you encourage players to not play in the organization that I work hard to build. Your actions brought us to this point, not mine. If you'd like to discuss in more detail, email me, or you can schedule a call with Jason and myself. End of the dialogue. We're open to discussion. If you don't want to play TCL, that's your choice, but it's also our choice to not have you play.
Mic drop.
So this, man, okay, so for fans of the show, this is a little awkward because, I mean, Chad's one of our favorite guests. John was a former sponsor of the show.
Hell yeah. Love them both.
Love John. Like, can't stress that enough of like how good of a human being I think John is. This is one of those situations that John has decided business model wise that it's for him. It seemingly was a smarter move for him to go the ACO route. He's been very vocal about pushing ACO stuff, especially in the Texas area, trying to grow that market, which really didn't have any ACO exposure at all before he started like bringing it about.
There's nothing wrong with having more leagues in the areas.
The comment himself saying, "Don't play TCL," it's that simple. To me, and at its core, like if you're just looking at its surface, innocent comment.
Yes.
Right? Innocent comment. I think that if you look at it underneath and peel back a few layers, could you take that as like a subtle jab? Obviously, I think Chad and Jason are definitely taking this as like more than a subtle jab.
For sure.
Where do you fall on it? Like, I think it's a very slippery slope, though.
I agree. Again, it's unique with John's situation being that he did start up a whole other league's, tournaments right in the backyard of TCL happenings. But the problem is TCL's backyard is the size of more countries than in the world. Like, it's insane. So to me, it's more, I don't know. I can't I can't fault John for posting out like the subtle jab, poking a little fun. I can't fault TCL for reacting to it. I think they maybe overreacted too quickly. Again, I think if they would have called John and like told him like, hey, that's lame, like take it down, or like, you know, we're gonna have to take action, like give him the heads up before just like suspending it.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the route to go instead. Because I do think John would have been
This
like,
feels like there has to be more to it.
Like that big of a deal. Yeah. But yeah, there's I'm sure there's behind the scenes drama with, you know, John starting up the ACO shit, like with the, you know, they can't look to that to be super happy. I mean, he was one of their bag makers that started out as a TCL bag maker and then jumped ship. So, I mean, that's not the best look for, you know, the relationship from the outside looking in. But again, TCL does have the right. And if they feel like this guy is single-handedly like threatening their business, then yeah, if you're the big dog, squash the bug.
Yeah, and I get that 100%.
Yeah.
I think you've made a few good points. I think that the TCL definitely rushed to it. Why not go to him first and be like, hey, can you take the post down? Here's why.
Yeah.
Do we have an issue going forward? If not, then we would greatly appreciate it taking down. We'll squash it here. That's the fact that they didn't do that, though, because Chad's a pretty smart, calculated guy for the most part.
For
Seems
sure.
like, right? You don't build an organization like this without dealing with stuff like this. And I don't think you'd always can just take a hammer and hammer your way through everything.
Yeah.
I think there had to be something more to this that we're not being, and maybe we'll find out from Chad himself. But I do worry that it's a slippery slope. If you want to start banning somebody for just saying, like, just don't play, then where does it stop? Like, are you going to start banning everyone for any time you're critical of the TCL?
Yeah. The problem is, like, most of the guys that we see that like post that up on like Addicted to Cornhole about like people bitch about the ACL.
Yeah.
People are like, well, don't play ACL. They're all like ACO honks.
Yeah, yeah.
So they don't play in that league actively. So like ACL's not going to ban them. The problem is like John plays in it. So like, you know, it's not the best look to like be bashed in the league that you also participate in still.
I do get what he's saying, though. It's like it's two-sided, because he's basically saying, like, I'm basically just reiterating what you guys have already told people. If you don't, just pretty simple, just don't play TCL then. If you don't like the rules, just pretty simple.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're taking that as like a promotion of like, don't play TCL, like come this way. I do understand, like in the court of law, though, John probably wins. Like he can be like, no, I just clearly meant that as like, don't play TCL. It's that simple. Like,
I mean, honestly, we might even have that from an old episode.
Yeah.
Like clip from Chad saying it. It wouldn't surprise me.
Man, if I had the time, yeah. So it is a slippery thing. It just makes it seem like it was. I hope it wasn't just like a spur of the moment decision. There had to be something more behind it. If not, like, I hope they reconsider this, because John's a well-liked guy. He's done a lot for the cornhole community, especially in that area.
Yeah.
I would hate to see like there becomes to a situation where people aren't going to attend an event because he's not allowed to go.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying that's happening.
He's
but
got a good following and stuff.
Yeah.
What TCL can't do is like start telling their players like you can't go play in John's ACO stuff,
that's when it gets bad.
because then all of a sudden you're becoming the ACL.
It doesn't
and,
seem like
not
it's far off from that step.
Yeah, and
Right?
that's to me like you can't go that route. Excusing John from your tournaments, I think, is enough.
If John was saying, hey, don't play TCL, it's that simple. Instead, you should come to the ACO where we welcome everyone. And on AJ's on Thursday night, you come. Then I'd be like, all right, yeah, you're clearly like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you can't be doing that. But he didn't say that.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, like,
you also-
you're implying a whole lot when you're making these decisions.
Yeah.
Is my only point. So
and for the AC, like for the TCL, you can't hurt the players that are in that area by John too,
Yeah.
that are going to go to AJ's for practice
Yeah.
and stuff either. Like you can't do that to the guys, because then you're going to have more bad blood, and then all of a sudden one guy turns into 30.
yeah.
And then that 30 is going to bring more over, and then it
Yeah.
grows into a big thing. I
You know who's happy right now? Frank.
Yeah.
If I was ACO,
Yeah,
I'd be like,
for sure.
fuck yeah. Like, let it grow.
Let another one
Let people
burn,
get
and I'll
pissed.
just
Yeah,
have
people
more
are getting
people
pissed
just
off. Yeah,
siphon into
because
this
like, what
league
happens?
that's
Like,
just
seriously,
still
what if like
living?
if 10, 15 guys are all like, you know, like fuck that. Like you can't like John. Like John's done a lot for us.
Yeah.
Like we're not. And then those 10, 15 people get some of their. It does. It can happen that fast.
'Cause
So
you know
I
what
hope
it
they
is?
can
Like-
work it out. I really do.
Yeah, and like the allure of like winning money is a big thing. You go to these ACO and all of a sudden you don't have all these TCL guys all around, and you actually have a shot at the money. Like Yeah, fuck TCL.
Yeah, and their
I'm gonna go
major
to the
events, like
ACL and-
you can have 10 people show up and it's still a $5,000 payout
Yeah.
for the winner. So like, I mean,
Exactly. I mean, we started seeing it from some of those, like, not quite the top tier of TCL, but like at the time, like the Chase Lester coming out and like going into ACO and winning
Doing very
money
well.
and doing
Yeah.
well. Like it could happen more frequently if you don't nip it in the bud now and just make it one guy.
I like both parties. I want them
do.
to work together. So,
And also,
we'll see.
like, I know, like, John's probably just like upset because he can't see his buddies at TCL tournaments because they're fun. Like, he's probably
Now, I will
bummed
say,
about that. But
I do think it's
I
kind
think
of
he's doing just fine.
it's a unique conversation. It's a unique situation because ironically, John had the same issue with us.
yes.
And I'll be very honest. So John was a sponsor of the show who decided to no longer sponsor the show after I was pretty anti-ACO on a particular episode. He who was in my defense, and I listen, hand up, accountability. I even told him on the call, it's my fault. I knew what the call was about afterwards. I kind of forgot he went ACO route and he wasn't TCL.
Yeah.
Like we had never had like an ACO brand before.
That's true. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when he decided to make the route, he made a very good point, and I ate crow. Like I understood. Like I told him, like you're right. Like you sponsor the show, and I'm shitting all over the league that you're trying to promote and grow. Like I get it. Like it's 100%.
But hey, buy big D bags.
But at the same time, though, like he didn't make some like big public display of it. We
Yeah.
reached out privately. We're handling matter. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. So like we're still on good terms. Like I would hope so. I
Yeah.
don't think we're on bad terms. I still love the content they come out with. But yeah, it's ironic that same situation is just going the opposite way.
Isn't it ironic, don't you think?
So all right,
It's like rain
you want to cue the rap horn
on your
after?
wedding day. Sorry. You know.
All right, you can reach us at YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Big Ass Cornhole.
And Facebook, a Big Ass Cornhole Podcast.
Sure
Soon,
can.
LinkedIn at Big Ass Cornhole Podcast.
Lincoln Tree.
Tinder, Grinder, Big Asp. We drop
Maybe
the
Dan will
other
start an
stuff.
OnlyFans.
Maybe it's
I mean-
start.
Shit.
Tell that's my thousands of followers.
Tasteful nudes with just cornhole bags.
It's actually shoulder hair. It's
Oh, that's
weird
right. I
what
forgot.
people
Yeah, I
pay
forgot
for.
that. That's weird.
Yeah, I just got one really long one. People seem to be turned on by it. Anyways, thanks again to our sponsors, Draggin Bags. What a segue.
Not underrated at all. Number
No,
one
not
in
on
our hearts.
No, top 5 in our hearts. Number
Stop feeling
one
sorry
in our
for yourself,
hearts,
Matty.
God damn it! Exactly. Draggin Bags. Go see what the hype's all about, man. Head over there, pick up a set of bags. They're fucking awesome.
And Airwolf Athletics, if you just want to look like just a stud,
A drippy swag stud.
just stud. I think he just launched New Jersey concept. I'm not quite sure where the proceeds going to, but I know it's veteran related. So
Hell
go
yeah.
check out Airwolf Athletics, man.
Hell
Just
yeah.
some of the best people in the world.
Always it's the best, like, unique drops.
Yep.
Even
And if-
for charity tournaments are the best.
You were looking to support the show, you can do so over at patreon.com/bigasscornhole. And for the price of beer a month, we have a few different like tier options, but we do happy hour calls, you get bonus content, you get the video version of all of our episodes, and just if I hear any inside information, first place I run is Patreon. So go to patreon.com. We greatly appreciate your support. We wouldn't be able to continue to do the show without all you guys, so we do really appreciate it.
True dat.
Hell yeah. Hope you guys enjoy the interview. We'll be joined by Chad and Laura next from the TCL. It's just a whole lot of stuff. It's just a lot of unanswered stuff. I'm going to be doing some digging about teams. I have some of the team owners' info. So we're going to be,
Okay.
yeah. I want to find out
Yucking
some
up
info
about
on,
that?
yeah, I want to find out some more information on what's been going on, what's being said, and hopefully that information is going to be coming out soon. So,
Sweet.
all right. So hope you guys enjoy the interview. But as always, we hope you throw it straight. And it's nothing but 4-baggers from here on out.
Cornhole it.
Later. All right. Well, welcome back to the interview portion of the Big Ass Cornhole podcast. We are now joined by Mr. Chad Jacobson and Miss Laura Costilla. What's going on?
How y'all doing, guys?
Good. Chad, this is like episode 5 or 6 for you, I want to say, if I had to look
Right
back.
around there, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah, it's been a handful
I
of
think it's
times on here.
Yeah, you've been a staple for like the last 5, at least 5 years or so. So, you're kind of old news. So, Laura, you're nice. Thank you for joining the show.
Thanks for having me.
No, we met briefly when we were in Denton last year. But
Yes.
since that time, I think like your kind of overall your roles kind of evolved. Just kind of to walk us through, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got involved with TCL, all that stuff.
Well, I have an education background. I was a high school Spanish teacher for 20 years and a cheerleading coach. And then I moved into the communications department at the local school district where we live. And one day I just decided I'm going to break off and do my own thing. And Chad was like, hey, why don't you help? This would probably be right up your alley with event planning and communications, marketing, all of that. And so I was like, I mean, I have been to so many SIGs already, just kind of with him, and had seen a lot of, from the sidelines, and really saw some things. I was like, hey, we should do this. We should do this. Would be cool. And so just us together, I think we've, kind of put our heads together and kind of made some improvements and done some things, and, really kind of taken off with it, I think, and just working together and everything. It's been really, I think, just kind of rejuvenating for, the company and everything. And so we've had just a great time just kind of revamping. And so we're really enjoying it.
So being an outsider coming in, what do you think that the TCL was already doing well?
The SIGs were already running so well. They're a well-oiled machine. I just, I really enjoyed them. I love the people with Cornhole, with TCL. Everybody's amazing, and they were so fun. I had no idea about behind the scenes and what he did on day to day, because I was doing my own thing, working, a full day. And so he would always tell me, like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm like, there's no way you're spending all this time, 12 hours a day working on Cornhole. And, but now, like, on the other side and being on the inside of him, like, he definitely is working 12 hours a day on Cornhole.
For sure.
So, it's just, it never ends. There's always more to do. And so it's just kind of been really fun seeing on the other side, kind of, helping that way.
Is there anything immediately that comes to mind that you think that, like, you feel like the TCL could benefit from, that you could bring to the table?
I think my outside perspective, like, I don't play Cornhole. I didn't play Cornhole. I'm completely on the outside, and the PR perspective, for me, it's all about, just kind of buttoning up everything and having a more, like, just kind of professional optics of everything. And I feel like I've brought that more to the table a little bit. And just kind of tying things up a little bit more. And yeah.
Crossing the T's, dotting the I's.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, you're
Keep
coming
us in check.
you're coming from, like, the competitive cheer world.
Yeah, I'm coming from the high school cheer world. So I did a lot of PR with that.
Okay.
Sponsorships and all of that, just kind of branding and everything with cheer and everything. And then, of course, with the district, just a very professional look with everything that we had to have as far as the school district's concerned. And you're always worried about what other people are thinking, optics and everything. And so that's my mind is, playing devil's advocate and what, everything looks like. And so I feel like I brought that a little bit more to TCL.
What do you think the current optics are of Cornhole? Like, what does the average person just think of Cornhole? And be honest, like, I'm interested. I think that's important to know, right?
Because I have my own
Oh,
assumptions.
for sure. Well, I mean, we alluded
I hear it
earlier
all the time.
earlier in the episode. We alluded to an article of a new ACL team owner that was basically shitting on people that play Cornhole.
Yeah.
But, like, hey, it was athletes.
Didn't mean
playing
anything
too,
by it.
No,
but-
he didn't, obviously. But, like, I'm like, oh, you could basically saying that, like, you can train very little or not at all, and you can be unathletic as hell, and you can still be great at it.
Still be
so
one
it's
of
like,
the-
oh, so
yeah.
awesome, great.
Still
So,
be one of the best players in the world.
so, like, what was your opinion of it?
So the optics, I think, of Cornhole are not wonderful. Outside looking in, I think a lot of people that don't play or don't know our organization, like, they're like, cool, Cornhole. Like, what? It's a lot of people drinking beer and, just being crazy. But
Playing inside. Like, what the hell's wrong?
Yeah.
but just being on the inside of it, I love Cornhole because it's so inclusive of everyone. And, I see grandmothers playing with their grandkids and, husbands and wives and just everybody coming together. And that's what I love about it so much, actually, is that there's everybody can be included. And so that's what's really, I see the passion in so many people, especially at SIGs, just having the best time and just, the camaraderie and the community and everything, everybody coming together. That's what really sparks me and my passion with just seeing people enjoying themselves and being with the ones they love and their friends and everybody coming together. I think it's amazing. And so until you actually get to see that part of it, I think people don't really understand.
And like, how do we change the optics of that from like a PR perspective? Because I mean, it's not just a TCL problem. I mean, we want the whole game to grow. Obviously we want TCL to do well too, but like we want the game to grow and I do think the optics of it are the average person thinks that, oh, it's just a bunch of people going to get hammered and you're throwing beanbags at a board. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But like then when you try it, rarely do you ever find someone that like walked away from it be like, I'm never coming back.
Yeah, I hate this.
Like every single time you always are like, oh, I got hooked.
Yeah.
Like, so
Real
what is like, how do we make cornhole seem cool? Like, can we do that?
Well, I think like going back to like slow pitch softball.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like when you're growing up, you think, oh, softball, you play softball and different things like that. You didn't know that like your dad played in this league or your mom and dad played in a co-ed league and all this sort of that. The optics of that were the same thing, but really, adult softball has been around. It was that first sport that people used to make fun of to a certain extent, but really took it over. And then you kind of look at like athletic ability and you look at, some other sports that have been around like horseshoes. Or you look at darts and different things like that. Those people you would say, oh, they're not athletic, but man, the hand-eye coordination that you have to have, especially in darts and horseshoes and even in cornhole, to be able to put the bag and do the different things that even, a lot of the players can do now, they couldn't do 5, even 10 years ago.
Correct.
With bags is truly remarkable. And I think we're just scratching the surface of what the sport has to offer. And so it'll continue to grow and more people are seeing that it's not just a game that is played in your family reunion or the backyard.
Yeah.
As more people have seen it, with ACL and Stacy getting it on ESPN and done what he's done, what Frank has done with ACO through the 15 years and kind of doing all that stuff. And what we've done at our SIGs by live broadcasts and doing that stuff and the coverage we've seen and our players sharing it and doing some of that, it's been remarkable. And it's been a really good exposure because people are like, man, I've seen y'all on there. I've seen you on YouTube. I've seen you here. I've seen you there. And it's really good.
It is. And I think it's just important to like continue to branch out and we can't just be complacent on like, it is fun. Like, cause once you get inside the community, it's a close knit community, but we can't be complacent with that. Like, we need to keep wanting the family to kind of keep getting bigger.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like, if everybody could share with their neighbors and their families of,
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like come out, like see this. I've shared it with my friends and family. They've come to SIGs and they're like blown away by it.
Mm-hmm.
And, they're like, and my kids, I have 2 boys. And so my youngest one, he loves it. And so I think it's just getting it, just spreading the word and just getting people to, be exposed to it. I think that's all it takes.
I joke all the time. Like I say, like the early, like pro players and top players right now are like the pioneers paving the way. And that's more like for the competitive side of the game, but the overall growth, it's like people like us that we just love playing, that we need to introduce the game and talk about it. And that's why we started the podcast in the first place.
But let's be honest too. Like TCL is a little easier of a sell going to a SIG than like most other, because like big tournaments, TCL, like you walk in as a non-participant, there's bars all over the place, like easy, like reasonably priced alcohol, music bumping, and people are having like a good time and it's lively. Yeah. Some of these other ones you go to and it is dead. Like it's serious.
It's serious. Yeah.
People are taking it serious. Yeah, there's still some people having some fun, but they're not the ones you're going to see at the end of the day. Like it's a whole different atmosphere. At some of these tournaments.
Just last month we went down to Bryan, Texas, down near Texas A&M, where College Station is.
Was that your first time there?
Do what?
Was that your first time there?
It was our first time in for a signature series there in Bryan. And I mean, we had over 1,000 players there
That's crazy.
each day, $70,000 or 60,000 plus payout at that event. And the venue Legends was truly an amazing venue. 100 sets of boards set up. I mean, people loved the venue. The hospitality was great. Everything was awesome about the venue, about the South Texas groups coming out. We've had a lot of growth from South Texas, and so it's been great to have those regions up there and be able to provide it. It's been a lot of fun, and that venue in particular, you know, going there and being able to, you know, maximize it and really showcase what we could do for cornhole was awesome in that community.
I mean, I think that's one of the things you guys have done really well at,
For sure.
is that you guys have always utilized whatever space you guys have had and showed what, you know, how to maximize, you know, either usability for the event that you want or maximize profit. You know, again, you guys were the first ones that we saw. We went to an event. And I'm like, of course you would just have like bars everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't have like crazy line. Like, it seems simple, but like,
Brilliant.
yeah, it was
Don't make it hard to get alcohol.
smart little things.
Make
so.
it easy.
So, what's new on the horizon for TCL?
New on the horizon right now is really as we kind of got everything together for this year, as we go into next year, we're actually looking to possibly even add one more signature series. Currently, we're at 6.
Okay.
We scraped our league championship being an independent event. We made it in with our signature series, our final one. And so players throughout the year, they're playing for the points and doing all some of that. Well, the top players get automatic seeds, kind of like you would like in March Madness.
Yeah.
So some of the top players in their rank get an automatic placement into the league championship bracket, which is the tier 1 bracket. And then other players will play into it. We kind of rolled it out last year to test it. It's going really well this year. Players are seeded at signature series based on their current points, as Scoreholio has increased what they've been able to do and been adding features for us. And it's awesome for the sport of cornhole. It's enabled us to add more things for the players and kind of doing that. So we're looking next year to even add a 7th signature series possibly to the deal, because we really want to kind of stretch where we're at. You know, we've always had a good base in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but we'd like to go, you know, one event north, one event east, one event south, one event west. This year we weren't able to go out west past Wichita Falls, where in the past couple of years we've been in Lubbock, but we really want to get a West Texas tournament back on the calendar for the following year and kind of doing some stuff. So we really are looking at that core of doing it. You know, we've had a lot of regions come on. Up in Oklahoma, the Mob has come on. Out in New Mexico, you've got Albuquerque with JoJo and Lawrence. You've also got New Mexico's Best with Daniel, and you've also got Top Dog with Bradley. All of them out there have done really well. And in South Texas, man, you got Laguna Cornhole, you got South Texas, you got Coronados in Austin, you got Coastline Baggers, you got Mid Coast Baggers, and you got Easy Bags. Those are some new regions in that South Texas that have really come on and are strengthening our stretch in our 5 states that we run events and do stuff.
So is
it's
it,
been great.
how do people get, because obviously everyone's fighting to get a signature, a SIG event there, right? Like, it's just, it'd be easiest if it's in your backyard. What's like the best way for like a club to like rally to try to get like an event to the area? Is it really just a numbers game?
It's not really numbers. A lot of it's venue space.
Okay.
It's hard to find a venue that will fit 100 to 120 boards comfortably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And kind of do that stuff. And what you run into a lot is, I mean, some of your bigger cities have unions, and which are not good for us and what we want to kind of do. So we were fortunate with getting down there in a venue like Legends that has hosted cornhole. They've hosted ACO, they've hosted ACL, and kind of doing it. You know, we haven't made down, and we kind of were able to finally find a weekend that would work for us this year to kind of pair up. And that event center, being a volleyball, basketball facility, is top notch. You know, it's run by the city of Bryan. And then the facility group, down there, Jamie and his guys are amazing. They're awesome. And it was clean. It was awesome, as you kind of do that stuff. And so really, finding the venues like that as you see youth sports and you see more of these big basketball, volleyball places that get it. And like I tell people, like if you try to open up a pickleball place or a cornhole place and try and do it all one sport every day of the week, it's tough.
It is.
You know what I mean? The more that you can have a multi-sport venue and be able to host different things and, fit cornhole in, it's great. And so really it's also tying it with the towns and the cities and their convention visitor bureaus to bring us in to help offset some of the costs that are doing it. You mean, because the more people that we have there, we've also got to have security and kind of doing that stuff for the events because there is alcohol being sold and different things like that. You are competing and you're doing stuff. So it's a lot of, it's not just, hey, we'd love to have our event here. It's great, but it's years in the making of bringing it there.
Well, and that's why I think a lot of people need to remember that when they're complaining. When people are complaining about stuff, like I think that it's important for them to remember like how many hours go into planning an event and what might seem like so trivial to you. Like it took, like you said, sometimes years just to get be allowed to go to that venue. And I think just the overall logistics of events those size, just it always kind of falls on deaf ears sometimes. So
yeah, and we've been fortunate, as we've done events in some of the cities that we've done, and places have called and asked about us. I mean, we get rave reviews. Places love us. They want us back. They're doing things, and it's awesome. And we love it. Some of the biggest things we fight are when a new management company takes over a venue and they want to go change the pricing structure, or our contact at this one location has moved on and we have to start all over and kind of doing that stuff. So that's when we fight it sometimes. Like one of our venues that we planned on doing later on the spring, they switched management companies and now, they're not able to offer the bar prices what we used to have. And, it's kind of those things that we're now having to look for another venue because I'm not going to take our players to a venue that's going to have outpriced beers. It's not a fun experience. It's not a good experience for our players. And at the end of the day, it's not a cornhole tournament we're putting on. We're putting on an event. Mm-hmm. And it's an event that we get to play cornhole. We get to socialize. We have vendors there. So you got to make sure you have vendor space and doing all that stuff. So there's a lot of things to take in consideration, whenever you're kind of looking at these venues and putting on the event in general.
That is the appropriate way to approach it, though. You said it perfectly. It's an event. It's, it's you can't just call it a tournament anymore. Like these things are, people need to be entertained. You're there for days on end.
Well, and that's the difference. Exactly. Yeah. Like if you're going to like a smaller, like let's say like an ACL like regional event, like unless I'm like a diehard cornhole person, like I'm not gonna go.
Yeah, like or you go for doubles and like you're like, I don't have to stick around for singles.
Well, a lot of your regional tournaments, when you only miss one meal at your house, and that's what I kind of describe as regional tournaments. I'm gonna have breakfast at my house. I'm gonna miss lunch. I'm gonna be back at dinner, or I'm gonna have breakfast and lunch at my house. I'm gonna be gone for dinner. I'll be back home. You know what I mean? Like those deals, those are more of tournaments.
Yeah.
It's about the cornhole. It's get them in there and get the games in, get the experience of that. When you're talking these multi-day signature series events, what we've been calling them for years, is that with that being there, it is bringing in multiple days, and you've got to do tons of planning, adjustments.
Oh yeah,
think on the fly. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like building a house. You got the best architect and the best plans, but something's going along, and you got to figure out how to solve it right then and there.
Well, you got to make it
coming from the outside too. I've met so many people through, all the SIGs, and so many people, their families, they schedule their vacations, their calendar, their year around SIGs. And if we're not providing a great experience for them each and every time, we're going to lose them. Yep. And so we have to keep them in. And that's, there's so many different layers to all of these events. And that's one of the biggest layers, is to make sure that our participants are enjoying every single minute of it. And so, and it's a multi-day, and it's, there's so many different facets to it. So it's exciting in one aspect of it, but it's very stressful in the other, and that we just want everybody to have the best experience possible so that they continue to come back and they bring more people to it too.
Yeah.
It's
Because even just this year, since we started in August, I mean, we've already run over 800 sanctioned regional tournaments in TCL. And, you know, we've had over 2,300 premium members that are doing the stuff, and over 5,500 players that are playing in our season this year since August. You know what I mean? So it's not just one or two or this or that. It's a lot of logistics, a lot of planning, and kudos to our 50 regions out there. We hit over 50 regions this year, and those guys and girls those guys and women that are running those regions are really the lifeblood of what's going on. And they're the ones, I mean, sometimes I get way too much credit and too much criticism. You know what I mean? It's both. You know what I mean? I deserve not enough credit and I don't deserve as much criticism, but it's somewhere right there. But our regional directors deserve more, you know what I mean, credit for TCL and what it's done.
It's what happens when you're the face, you know. Sorry.
so it was either a year or two ago, you guys kind of transitioned as an organization, and you guys were adopting like this tiered system, and you guys came out with your own kind of ranking system, as it were. Was that 2 seasons ago?
No, it's been around. Our ranking, our tier level, we now started calling it rank, has been around since we got started.
But based on
really,
the Scoreholio, when you guys partnered with that.
Scoreholio kind of got is when it became out there across the country of what we were doing. We've always had a ranked system. That's kind of the main thing that Frank and I never agreed upon, was a ranked system and all this stuff like that. We used to argue with Eric Heinerman and Frank back in the days on that stuff. Great guys. But, you know what I mean, we've always had this ranked system that had the players. And now with Scoreholio, what Nick and Ben and them do over there is they've really kind of put it into a power play with the seasons, that we're able to kind of do it. And with restrictions now, it allows our regional directors and really anybody that uses the seasons in Scoreholio to be able to be the chef in their own kitchen. And through a rank system that we have, it allows a region to adjust each week on the mix and match of tournament that they want to play. And it's been a good thing.
So what do you say to like pro players when they complain about having to play with like an A-level player versus, because I think that's how it is. Whereas if they weren't a pro and they were an S-level player, they could play with another S. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. One, you mean, I would say that TCL is like the Big 12, like the Big 10, like the Southeastern Conference.
Okay.
We're not the NFL. We're not the NBA. We're not nationwide. We don't have 300, 400 pro players. You know what I mean? We've got 30 pro players. So if we let the pro players play with each other, how many? So let's just say we have 30 in our organization. You know what I mean? That currently do it. Let's just say that 10 can't make it. So 20 come. Well, you're talking 10 teams. It's no fun. You know what I mean? And they're all going to pair up and they're going to do that stuff. So in doubles, the pro players are more than welcome to always play in TCL. We want you to play in TCL. And in singles, our pro players play against our S and elite players at the same level. And so it actually favors the pro players in singles, but in doubles, it favors it favors the S players. But we're not a pro league. We don't want to be a pro league. It'd be different if TCL was a national organization, but it's not. You're right there. You know what I mean? And there's 2 great national organizations, ACO and ACL, that do that stuff, and they can pull pro players from across the country, but we don't. We have 5 states and 30 pro players. So we want to look at TCL as 5,500 players that we currently have and not 30 players.
No, it's smart. I get it.
What does the S stand for in S tier?
It's elite. It's a new thing, man, in video games and all that stuff like that. S stands for elite.
I was trying to give you a chance to like name it something sweet.
I know, right? Like, I don't get it, but you know, I mean, it was one of those things. And so S stands for elite. And so, hey, that's what we're going to do.
Well, it stands for superior. There you go.
There we go. I like
all
that.
Right.
They're superior. I mean, they're superior players. But yeah, so our rank system allows there. So no, we're not a pro league. I've actually talked to a couple of both national organizations and said, I'd love to bring a pro tournament to one of our signature series. I would love to host them at one of our bigger venues that we have and give them 24 to 30 sets of boards where I know I can fit 130 sets of boards, give them 30 sets, and then we have 100, and then we could do a dual tournament for the weekend. We run the S on down levels and they run the pro division, and let's go at it. And let's join forces and do that. It'd be an amazing adventure and a great event for everybody in Cornhole to see that.
Hell yeah.
It'd be cool. It'd be cool.
That'd be sweet.
All right, so can we play like a hypothetical game for a second?
Yeah.
All right, so let's say, hypothetically speaking, a player who participates sometimes in TCL events takes to a social media platform and says something like, don't play TCL, it's that easy. What would be like a TCL's like typical response to something like that?
Yeah, typically we don't get involved and we don't care about what particular things happen out there and stuff like that. The incident that you're talking about in particular is an ongoing deal with one player. And it's something that player has not played in TCL since last year, has not played since this season started. And players that do not play currently will just go on the back end and mark them as inactive and or suspended, whatever you want to call it, and do that stuff. And then when they reach out, we'll talk to that player one-on-one in a private conversation and talk to them about what's going on and doing that stuff. If you go and if someone's not playing, you go and you reach out to them like, hey, man, you shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have done that. It's not needed because they're not currently playing. It'd be different if the player was currently playing, but if they're not currently playing, it doesn't matter. They can reach out and we can talk to them and handle it in-house and kind of do that stuff. Currently, with over 5,500 players, we have 5 players that are suspended right now. And those players vary from 30 days through the season and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So there's 5 players out of 5,500 players. I think it's a very small amount when you really consider the amount of players that we have playing.
So with the term, like when it's like an indefinite suspension, it's more of just like it's just because you haven't played in anything. So like why, like it's obviously there's no end date because like you haven't played in anything kind of thing. You have like reestablished yourself.
100%. And then as soon as we have a conversation with them, you know what I mean? Because in our player guide has that stuff, you know what I mean? And there if we want to kind of do it and different things are there. You know what I mean? If a player really, hasn't done a whole lot, then it's there. We don't want to police things. We want to do stuff, but if something is there that we want to address, we can use that as an attention deal to get their attention, to have a conversation so we can address it and we can move forward. Because the biggest thing we don't want distractions in TCL. We want to move forward and kind of focus on the group as a whole, and we don't want one person being a distraction.
So why not just reach out and not just in private?
Yeah, and it was one of those things that the particular player you're talking about just hadn't played. So there was no reason to reach out and have that conversation and make it bigger. You mean they might have moved on? They're never going to play cornhole again. So does it really matter? No, it doesn't. Just move on and it is what it is. But whenever it came to the attention of that player, I reached out privately in a text message. I think it was a Facebook message that said, hey, call me, email me. This is how you do it. Let's have a conversation. Let's solve it and let's move forward and do that stuff. It's simple. It's easy. It's not going, I don't like the keyboard warrior that goes and blast on social media and does stuff to get attention and things. That's not needed.
Yeah, Sean. God,
I don't do that either. Just on Reddit. When people know
all day.
So.
All day.
I guess the biggest optic of it is that it just seems like it was harsh, like almost like an over the top reaction to a seemingly innocuous. But I'm assuming that you guys are reading more into what was said. I guess we can leave it at that.
Yeah, I think there's more stuff that that we will gladly address with the player in private about different things and about different stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not one to ever broadcast that stuff. It's just there, and it's a simple conversation of having that. But if a player is not currently playing, and I go like this. My boys. I'm divorced, and I have my boys 50% of the time, week on, week off. If something happens and my boys get in trouble and they're going to go to their mom's house, I'm not going to suspend them and then they go to their mom's and do whatever they want. I'm going to wait until they come back, and then I can kind of have some, hey, make it worth it to where they're doing that stuff. And the last thing we want to do is suspend players. We don't want to suspend players. We don't want to do it at all. But we have 5 players that, need it right now. And they range from 30 days through the end of the season. And we'll gladly have conversations. And if they work out and we align, great. But, TCL is not here, to say anybody can play and we're going to absolutely let you play regardless of what you do. And it's likewise, if you don't want to play, don't play TCL. But at the same time, we want to focus on the people that are here that want to play and that want to do this stuff, because I can't let one person distract me as I'm preparing for an event with 1,000 players.
Fair enough. To change subjects completely random, how's Jason doing?
He's doing better. He had a quadruple bypass.
Yeah.
Surgery and stuff like that. And that was back in October when we actually it was in September when he had his surgery. He's been recovering. So all of October, he's been down. He hasn't really been able to do anything with cornhole. So we've been kind of taking that on. And so that's a lot of stuff too, is that we didn't really have that conversation at the time because Jason was getting ready to go on a surgery. And it was just kind of like, listen, until it comes about, there's no reason to have this conversation. Yeah. Let's have a conversation when Jason gets healthy, and we can all have a conversation, because Jason wanted to be a part of that one as well and do that stuff. And Jason typically handles the suspensions.
And I do think I do think that's an important part that I don't think should get glossed over, because it needs to be fair on both sides of this.
Yeah,
is that this happened back in September. So if the account would have been checked prior to that, it could have been addressed sooner than just this past week. Correct? Am I understanding this correctly?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, fair enough. I'm glad, Jason, if you happen to listen to this, hope you're doing well, brother. So we're literally just talking about you before he came on, because he was going through all of his stuff right when our mom was going through all of her stuff. So I missed, but I thought I remembered seeing something in passing about that. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we went to Shreveport in mid-September, and then that Monday he was going to get stents put in his heart and all that stuff. And then he went in that Monday after SIG, and the doctor was like, nope, it's too far blocked. We got to do a quadruple bypass. And so then we literally had a week to kind of, which Jason and I, we have our different roles. We have our different things. Laura has her things we do. And some of the stuff was like, okay, Jason, hey, how do you do this on your role? Yeah. And so that I can do it the same as you throughout this time period. Yeah. Because I was hoping he'd be there, but I didn't know how long he'd not even be able to talk to him. Yeah. And so there was a good, month that we went without even really talking. Yeah. We saw him in the hospital one day and got to talk cornhole for about 10 seconds, maybe a minute, And it was tough, and different things like that. So he's been down and he'll be back. He's going to try and make it out to Mesquite. He's not going to do a whole lot. And then hopefully by January 1st, he'll be back in the computer doing some things. But
he's going to have so much more energy, which is scary.
That is scary.
Yeah,
with a full heart, with a full open heart. Can you imagine Jason now? This could be crazy.
And thank God he's making a full recovery.
I know, me too. So I'm very happy.
He's going to be back with us full time. So,
man, I can't wait. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. All right, so we always do, Lori. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but we typically end our episodes with doing some sort of a draft. Okay. So we're going to pause just for a second, and then we'll fill you guys in on what the draft topic is. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
So Dane stumbled across this. It was a really good idea. So we're going to pause just for a second. We'll be back, and you guys won't even realize we're pausing.
Snip, snap.
Yeah.
Recording stopped.
All right. So
recording in progress.
And just like that, we're back.
Wow.
So fast.
So fast.
Snap of the fingers.
So fast.
All right, Dane, you want to explain what we're doing this week?
Yeah. So pretty much, we're in a scenario where an apocalypse is upon us out of nowhere. All right. Let's say it's just raining hellfire down or something. I don't know. You got to grab 5 things real quick. What are you grabbing? That's basically going to be the draft. So, All right, let's just go with the top 5 lists. So we're going to let our guests start us off here. All right. So without further ado, Chad, you're going to start off this epic draft.
All right. I'm gonna go with my AR with my nice scope.
I had a feeling you were going that route.
You are a Texan.
Now, okay, can we just like rule out family members? Like,
Yes.
can we just
Sean,
say that
you
we're
better
bringing them with
take
you?
both
That's what I'm
children,
saying.
and
Like,
they have to
I don't want
take
to. That
up
sounds
2
terrible.
draft
Do I have to like
So they
waste
have to
picks
be
on my
like
kids?
items.
Yeah, they don't have to be
I
items.
will say
Living.
They're
we'll go
correct.
inanimate objects
I
here
like
because
that.
my first 2 would be wife and dog.
Dog. That's what I'm
Like,
saying. I'm like, I feel like a dick for not taking my dog.
because
But,
I know
like,
that they're not going to grab anything. Like my wife will just be in a panic, waving her arms like this. My dog will be hiding behind her. So, we'll just go inanimate objects. Maybe a house plant can count as that too, if you have one near and dear to the heart. All right, next up.
Okay, so I can't sleep at night without this particular blanket that I have, so
Okay,
I'm
listen.
taking that with me.
I get it.
Does this blanket have a specific name?
Oh yes, I want to hear it. We gotta hear it. We gotta hear it. It does. He laughed. It does. My daughter's is called Stripey. So I got to tell you guys, we had it was pretty catastrophic. So my daughter has had the same doll. I don't know if you're familiar with the movie from Lilo and Stitch. In that movie, Lilo has a little doll that she holds,
Yeah.
right? It's called Scrum.
Yeah.
My daughter's had Scrum since she was 2. She brought it to school for like show and tell, and she left it on the bus, and now Scrum is gone. So,
Oh my gosh.
so we found
That's tragic.
we found a replacement one, but like it was very difficult parenting moment for me because I was trying to balance it to like don't lose your shit, like take care of it
Yeah.
versus like you're my 8-year-old, I would
Scrum
do
was
anything
your
for
phone,
you, like
okay?
you're crying and it's killing me, but like so like it was a good balancing act.
So you're gonna put Scrum on?
So
here
basically,
then?
I just like let my wife handle it. So
Is Scrum your first pick then?
no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no,
All
no.
right.
Oh, am I
Well,
up?
hey,
Oh, I
you're
thought
up,
you
Sean.
didn't give me the turn. Okay, give me. Okay, so I figure if it's an apocalypse right now, cell towers have got to be working at least for a little bit, right? So like
Yeah,
the world, I
sure.
still want to know what's going on. So give me like a fully charged phone.
Yeah, because that'll do you real good in the apocalypse.
I'm gonna know what the fuck's going on in the beginning.
Great choice. Any given moment, it's gonna just go out, and then that phone's gonna be a nightlight, like
Yeah, a flashlight.
until it's dead.
Yeah. Play
I am
solitaire.
gonna go on the survival side for my first pick because I do have. I happened to pond this when I needed a hatchet, so I went to the local Home Depot, bought a hatchet, did not realize that it had a crank flashlight on the bottom and
Wow.
it had a flint pocket
What
too,
a
so
loser.
like full on survivor hatchet. So I'm just gonna take that.
Wow.
It seems like it's the one practical thing I'm gonna draft in this whole thing. So I'm just gonna go with that. Since we had an AR already off the board, couldn't go with that. And then next up, I know when I'm stressed, I like to eat. So I'm going to go with some sort of like whatever's in my snack pantry up there.
So name an
I'm going
item.
to go with the chips. I'm just
Okay.
going to grab chips.
Okay.
Just for something at some point. Because, I'm going to have to figure out how to hunt in an apocalypse if I'm going to survive. So it might take me a bag of chips to figure that out.
All right, I like that.
All right, Sean.
We all have that one drawer in our house where it's just a bunch of shit. Like I don't know what people I call it a junk drawer.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm talking. Like we all have that one drawer that's got a bunch of random shit in
And
it.
every time you open it, the thing that you're looking for is not in there.
Or it's getting fucking caught by a pen or
Yeah.
something jammed up
Yeah,
in
the
there.
scissors are stuck
I'm
up.
taking just give me the junk drawer. Like I'm emptying that shit in a bag and taking everything with me because it's gonna be a whole collection stuff. I'm gonna have some like half-used batteries. I'm gonna have rubber bands. I might have like a pocket knife or something in there. So you know it might be like old candy and you never know
You
what's
never
gonna be
know.
in there. So
Yeah.
old
It's
sauce
a grab
packets.
bag. That's a good choice.
Grab bag. So yeah.
A random fork. Like,
Yeah, that's what
where
I'm
that thing
saying.
went.
That's what I'm saying. So we're going there.
All right. Great pick, man.
Thanks.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Man, that's one of your better picks ever.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks.
All righty. Next up, where are we going?
Me?
Yep, Laura's
yeah,
pick.
sorry,
Yep.
Laura. Yeah, it's Snake.
Well, we're gonna need like a case of waters, right? So let's be like practical here and just bring a case of waters. Like,
Fair enough.
right? You'll drink most of them. This guy drinks water like crazy.
Are you a bottled water guy, Chad? Or are you like, do you have like, you know what I mean?
No.
Like, no.
I like the nugget ice with just tap water.
Fair enough. I'm the same way. I grew up on tap water. That's why I
Bingo.
swear I have good teeth. All those minerals in that
all
tap
that
water growing
fluoride
up.
they pipe in.
Yeah,
I
for
have
sure.
bottled water here, so
Listen, I'm the same way.
He's got one sitting in front of him right now.
We're good right here. Yep.
See, real men, Chad. All right.
All right, so we got
There you go,
Chad
right.
back to back.
Give me the garden hose.
Mine's filtered. Sorry. All right, Chad, back to back.
All right. Lithium generator with a solar panel.
Okay.
And you just have this at your house?
Yeah, that's what you're saying. He's just like
They're in a closet
turning
over
around. I was
here,
gonna say, he's
right?
like turning around. Like, what else do I?
Hey,
have I
if you
come
don't
up
have a
with?
lithium generator, it is one of the coolest things in the world. Give me 1 second.
Please. I
Oh,
want to see this.
I'm here for it.
I
Yeah.
like it. How much
We
do
live in-
these?
proud of this.
How much do these lithium generators cost, though?
I mean, we live in Cleveland, Ohio. We're close to the power.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Look at this thing.
How much does that something like that run?
Badass.
$400 to $500.
That's it? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's legit.
All right. Shit.
All right. Gotta.
But it's awesome. Like literally, I'll take
Everything.
it to tailgates, take it anywhere, have power. It'll last 10 hours on one charge. And then if you have the solar panel with it, which I do, then you just put it out and it maintains it.
That might be our next purchase. Because our
you
biggest
go.
hamstring, like when we go, is like, oh, we always need an
Power,
outlet.
yeah.
We need power.
Power is
So
always
like
an
honestly,
issue.
that would
Yeah.
be
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we take it to events and corporate events and charity events, and we can set up all of our stuff on it. And
yeah. Because we
Right.
travel like this with this like portable bar thing, and we're like,
Yeah.
we just need a fucking
for golf
outlet
tournaments
always.
and shit, you're stuck to
Yeah.
the hole right next
That
to the
would've been-
clubhouse.
yeah,
you
and
know?
we-
If we can go travel
Yes,
to
that's what I'm
a better
thinking.
hole and
Okay.
get into more nefarious things. It'd be
Yeah.
much more fun.
Yeah. Agreed. All right. So you
Anyways.
got your lithium generator with solar panel, very specific. All right. So
Gotta have the solar.
It's got to last.
I get it, bro. I'm not judging.
All right. And then I'm taking cold beer.
Amen. God damn it.
Might as well. Might as well.
I mean, I don't need her water. I got my cold beer.
I just took beer.
Yep.
But-
Yes, he did.
All right.
I'll fix it.
All right. Right back around to you, Laura.
Oh, let's see. Snacks and garden taken. Blanket.
You've already said a blanket.
I mean,
you guys are
really,
nighttime
she's gonna be
lady. You want
very
another
warm
blanket.
and hydrated.
Wow.
She's gonna be warm and hydrated
She's
right
gonna
now.
sleep well through the apocalypse.
Yeah. Oh,
A pistol?
then aren't you bringing a gun already?
Yeah. You got to protect her. Man.
He didn't pick
All
you yet.
she's
That was one
covered.
of his items yet, though.
It's covered.
What else? I don't know.
Like you bringing like
Gosh.
grandma's jewelry or any like sentimental thing with you, or
Like my photo album of all of my pictures and my kids and all that stuff.
I like that one.
She's gonna be warm at night, well hydrated, crying herself to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, it'd just be great. Like, it's just great pastime right now.
Sean will be able to watch his photo album on his phone for about 5 minutes until it dies.
Yeah,
and
because
then-
there's gonna be a moment where I have a fully charged phone and a trunk and just a bag full of shit, and I'm gonna be like, I'm fucked.
Yep.
So give me like a bottle of whiskey then at that
Yeah.
point.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
might as well, right? I'm already fucked. So let's let it ride out and see what I can make out of rubber bands and paper
I've seen
clips.
MacGyver before. I can do this. And then next up for me, I'm thinking like maybe some other sort of weapon that I have in the house.
Okay.
I'm not as well equipped as you just don't know what you're getting into. What kind of apocalypse are we talking? Is it zombie?
I mean, I already have a
Then,
bag
like,
of chips. How
I
much
don't
are you
know.
fucking eating during this apocalypse?
I mean, I want
Damn,
a
like,
bag of chips.
even in your fantasy, you're worried about like fucking meals.
I know, but I'm talking about just
I get
survival.
it. I get it. I get
I
it.
need something that I can take someone down fast with, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab my baseball bat
Oh, okay.
and just bring
Okay.
that with me.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And then after swinging that baseball bat, I'm gonna be real thirsty as well.
Yeah.
So we already have cold beer
He's
and
going
whiskey
Kool-Aid.
off the table. I was thinking Kool-Aid. I mean, the greatest hydration beverage of all time. But I always have Gatorade in the fridge, so I'm just gonna cop out and take Gatorade since water's off too.
Fair enough.
So
Fair
I'm
enough.
just gonna take that.
What flavor?
Honestly, I'm a traditionalist, man. Usually either orange or lemon lime.
Okay. Yeah, people like to sleep on lemon lime. I don't get it.
Dude,
I
lemon
feel like it
lime's
gets a lot of
fucking
hate.
fantastic.
Great.
I
Yeah.
think cold lemon lime on a hot day might be like my A1.
All right, stop talking, dude. Get
All
me
right.
all excited.
So I was actually shocked this made it back to me. I need some level of protection because obviously, I mean, I'm drunk. I have fully charged phone, junk drawer, but like I need something to be able to swing.
Yeah.
You took baseball bat.
Yeah.
But I also want some level of entertainment. And if apocalypse is happening, I might as well hit some golf balls. So give me my golf
Get your
bag
P
full of
wedge.
clubs. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, full golf bag.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not bringing a book bag. Let's have a golf bag.
I'm trying to be a little more mobile. You never know, man. Gotta be on the move.
See me moving with a backpack golf bag?
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm coming at you with a fucking baseball bat and a hatchet, sip of Gatorade.
I like to think of myself as like the guy from Ninja Turtles.
I don't know why I automatically
Man.
think that an apocalypse, like, I'm going to have to be on, like, the defense immediately. Like, there's not going to be helping anyone. I'm thinking, like, I'm going to have to murder anyone that crosses me. Like, I've seen too much Walking Dead. Like, you can't trust anyone.
Yeah, correct.
I don't know.
It's true.
All right. Laura, what are we back around to?
Okay, so you're bringing whiskey, you're bringing cold beer, you're bringing Gatorade, we have water, so I have to bring my Malibu rum.
Okay,
Ooh.
so Malibu. All right, specific. And is it this?
Are you flavored Malibu rum?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Just-
Say, I had a very bad experience. To this day, I cannot smell coconut rum. Like, it's just like, a long time ago.
Then Chad, you're gonna round it off with your fourth and fifth pick here.
Flint.
Pick. All right,
Flint.
some Flint.
All right.
In Like Flint. It's my favorite movie.
Yep. And then this is my last one.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Last, final.
final one.
Nighttime blankets off the table. Can't take it.
You know what? I'm gonna take my truck.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You mean so I can at least go somewhere? I'm not
We're gonna be
walking.
specific.
Correct.
Chad's truck.
Take my truck.
You got a full tank of gas, right? So you're good.
Diesel.
Yeah. Oh, even better. Still gas, right?
Straight from the ground.
Fuel.
Yeah, still fuel.
You just
fuel.
plug it into the ground. It
Yeah.
starts driving.
Find some dinosaur bones eventually. Right?
Yep,
That's
crush
what it
them up
runs
in
on.
there.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, so Laura's
Laura,
last pick.
Final.
She's a little hammered, laying in bed, crying with a case of
Yeah.
water right next to her.
She's warm, looking
love
at
it.
sentimental, memories.
Okay, how about some playing cards?
Oh, that's a good one.
Nice.
I like that.
Ooh,
Some
you could end it
entertainment.
with a set of cornhole boards.
That's too obvious.
Think of how many more things you can do with cards than cornhole boards, though.
Okay.
For sure.
No offense to cornhole, but like cards, come on now.
So if the apocalypse is happening like today, right? Is this what we're acting like?
Yes.
I happen to have a rental car right now that would be like the perfect like off-road apocalypse car. So
Yes.
give me my rental car.
Smart. Smart. I mean, since you guys both went with car, I was gonna go with my car at the end too, if like nobody thought that route. But fuck that. That's lame. So
The car will make it like 200 miles.
exactly, like my
I
car.
knew I
Is,
should have upgraded.
yeah, my car is at like 230,000 miles. I'm like, yeah, bring in the apocalypse. That's when it'll die immediately backing out of the driveway. You know, it's just my
fucking
luck.
quits.
Fuck. I'll be like, I said I had to take my car, not my wife's. So yeah, I'll just leave the car entirely out of it. Man, I'm just like trying to like reel through like what's in my garage and house in general for like what could sustain being alive. And I'm thinking I'm gonna grab just a cooler.
That's a good one. Yeah.
You know,
that's
gotta
solid.
keep shit in it.
Yeah.
So I
Especially
have
not
a floating cooler. I'll bring that just in case I need to cross any rivers or some shit.
Hey, how about
But
that?
we'll go with that.
All right, so let's recap this. Chad, you're bringing an AR with a night scope, lithium generator with solar panel, cold beer, obviously, Flint, and your truck. Laura, you're bringing your nighttime blankie, case of waters, a photo album, Malibu rum,
Why are
and
you
playing
laughing
cards.
when you say that, Sean? That's
They
rude.
started laughing.
That's our first pick.
I didn't laugh. They laughed after. I started laughing at the photo album. All right, mine was fully charged phone, junk drawer, bottle of whiskey.
Really jump past that fully charged phone fast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Golf
you
bag.
did not pause.
And my rental car, which is currently it's a Wrangler Rubicon.
Rubicon.
So it's big ass
Ooh,
motherfucker.
that's
Yeah.
sweet.
And then Dane,
Not for big guys.
you
Fuck
have
that.
dude. Well, first of all, I'm fucking short as hell. I don't know if you can tell. I think I look taller when I sit, but like I'm short, so like I basically have to get a running start up in this thing. The funny part is, so my wife had book club the other day. That's completely off topic, and I was standing at the top of my steps putting my son to bed, and I hear them tell the story about my car getting fucked up like 2 weeks ago. So I'm like, all right, what are they saying? And then they're like, oh yeah, and so he's got the rental car right now. And like my wife basically like completely threw me in the bus. She's like, yeah, you want entertainment? Watch him try to get into the thing. I'm like, what the fuck?
You do
Like,
have to take a. You do have to take a.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
running
I
start
can't hide
into
that
it.
thing. It's high. It's big. All right, Dane, you went survival hatchet.
Fuck yeah!
All right,
Sit right upstairs. I'll show you.
bag of chips,
Sweet.
baseball bat, Gatorade, and a floating cooler.
Hell yeah!
How about that?
I'm surviving,
definitely
baby.
making it. Hell yeah.
Let's go. I mean, I was gonna go tent, but I'm like, I don't fucking own a tent. Like, I'm gonna bring my beach canopy. Like, that's not gonna do shit for me.
Bless
So,
it.
yeah.
Well, Chad, Laura, thank you very much.
Appreciate it. I don't know.
Thanks
Of
for
course,
having us.
anytime. You guys know that. So we'll let the folks go at home. We'll have you guys hang out for just a minute. But hope you guys enjoy the interview. We'll be back next week with more audio gold. And as always, we hope you throw it straight. That's nothing but 4 baggers from here on out.
Cornhole.
Later.